That's an example of a cylinder. You're going to want either your phone handy or your calculator handy because we're going to do a lot of pi stuff today. So just make sure you have all of that on the ready. Make sure you are ready to do some calculations because we're going to do quite a bit. If you felt comfortable about the cylinder stuff that we did the other day, and if you watched the video this morning that you were supposed to watch, I know a lot of you were finishing CDTs, but if you finished the video you were supposed to finish or watch the video that you were supposed to watch this morning, you'll probably understand what we're going to do today. If you found finding volume easy, then this is going to still be easy for you. Now, if I'm finding the volume of a cylinder, a gentle reminder that what I care about for the volume of a cylinder is that equation right there. Now, that equation right there says pi, which is pi, r, which is radius, and the height, which is h. Well, I have my height. There it is. Somebody in the chat tell me what my radius is, because I don't think it's 10. 10 is going to be my diameter. So somebody in the chat, give me the number for what you think the radius is going to be. 5. Good. So I'm going to redraw it and put 5 there. If I give you the diameter, remember the diameter is the entire thing. Oh, I saw a meme the other day that I meant to post on my Instagram and I totally forgot to. I'll do that today. But remember, the radius is half the circle. The diameter is the whole circle. So if I give you the diameter, you need to cut it in half in order to find the radius. So I'm going to write out my formula. V equals pi r squared h. And I'm going to plug in what I know. V equals pi 5 squared h, which is 6. So I'm going to use my phone for this one, but then I will remind you how to use your calculator for like the next couple problems because, you'll see. Pi times 5 squared times 6.
The answer is approximately 471.239.
471.239. That's my volume. Since it gave it to me in inches, I have to make sure that my answer is in inches cubed. Fantastic. Good job, me. All right, so this is a cylinder. And what we did the other day was we found the volume of a cylinder. Pretty easy. Just throw it in your calculator and boom. Today we're going to find the volume of a cone. Today we're going to find the volume of a cone. Ah ha 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 ha. Look at that guy. Mute that. I will be able to find the volume of a cone. That's what a cone is. That's what a cone is. These are all cones. And that guy seems to be a paraplegic stuck in them. Poor guy. Well, it's like I always say, my God, don't make mistakes. A blank is a solid with one circular base. Well, I've said the word like 5 times. Cone. A cone is a solid with one circular base. Closing down some of my tabs. All right. So here's a cone. We all know what a cone is. If I were to draw this better, I would probably put like the little dash circle behind it and say, that's my radius. And I would say that that's my height. Straight up and down is my height. Okay. The diagonal looking line is not called my height. It's actually called slant height. But more importantly, it's basically like a hypotenuse. But I don't think we need to worry about that today. Maybe later in the chapter, but we're not going to worry about that today. The important measurements in a cone are what I just described over here. The H is the height. And the R stands for radius. Okay, remember, just like in the warm-up, my radius is I'm going to put a dot in the center of the circle and draw a line to any side. And my height is from the tippy top, from the pointy part of the cone to the very bottom circular part of the cone. Or if I were to flip my cone upside down, it would make no difference. It would make no difference at all. Okay? Here's a fun fact. The volume of a cone is given to you by this equation right here. Now, this is the equation that we wrote out the other day. That's not the, well, that's similar to the equation we wrote out the other day. Okay. The equation that we're going to care about is this: 1/3 pi r squared h. That is the formula I want you to memorize. 1/3 pi r squared h. Now, wait a minute. The cylinder is pi r squared h. The cone is 1/3 pi r squared h. This is pi r squared h. This is the same exact thing as pi r squared h. So they're the same thing, except a cylinder is 1/3 of a cone. A cone is 1/3 of a cylinder. A cone is 1/3 of a cylinder. So let me write that out down here because I have it out of order. A cone is 1/3 of a cylinder. That makes sense. Because if I were to use my karate chopping hands, right, and go, hey-ya, and cut off 1/3 of it, and go, hey-ya, and cut off another 1/3 of it, if I cut off 2/3, I'm left with 1/3. So if the cone is 1/3 of a cylinder, then that means a cylinder is 3 times the cone. They're exactly the same formula, except the cone has 1/3 multiplied to it. Okay, so this will show up probably somewhere on maybe an assessment. Oh, the PSSAs love problems like this, but I don't know if we're taking those this year. We'll see. But if I were to turn this upside down and fill this cone up with water, you've seen those triangular looking cups. I could take exactly 3 of those cones of water and pour that into this cylinder right here. 3 of them. Okay, so let's do a few examples. I have myself a cone. I have everything I need. Before I do this, let me stop presenting and let me remind you how to get your calculator. So we could use, I will show you how to use Siri to do the math, But we're going to use our calculator too because we need to practice with the calculator. To get your calculator, you go here. You could type out TI, but probably at this point, it's probably right there or it's an icon down there for you guys. Just get it. Okay, just get it, huh? I'm supposed to find the volume. The volume formula is V equals 1/3 pi r squared h. The same as the cylinder, but with a third multiplied to it. I know that 18 is h because it's straight from the top to the bottom. 7 is my radius. So I have everything I need. Now I'm going to rewrite the formula that replace the r with the 7 and the h with an 18. Now let's use our calculator to do the multiplying for us, okay? 1/3, you ready? 1, parentheses 1 divided by 3 is going to be my 1/3. Times, where's my pi? There's my pi right there. So I'm going to hit second, little caret thingy, times pi, parentheses 7, close parentheses, x squared button, parentheses 18, close parentheses, enter. V equals 923.7. I don't have any units, so I'm going to write out units cubed. Let's make sure I didn't make a mistake. 1/3 times pi times 7 squared times 18. Oh, you know what? I forgot I'm muted. 1/3 times pi times 7 squared times 18.
The answer is approximately 923.628.
Oh, 628, so it should be 0.6. Boy, is my face red. Okay, so the next problem, we'll see what it is. Maybe I'll start it out. Maybe you'll finish it. Maybe I'll put a poll up. I don't know. And by the way, that's exactly what I'm going to do. All right, we have ourselves a cone. So it says find the volume. So I know what to do. Mr. Perich always be writing out them formulas. Why do Mr. Perich always be writing out them formulas? He's drawing. No, kids, I'm writing. Jordan would understand that reference. They don't say drawing anymore still, do they? Are they done with that, or is that still a thing? H. Okay. Somebody in the chat tell me what my height is. All I need is a number. Somebody in the chat tell me what my height is. Let's see who's awake today. What's the height of this cone? Radio silence. 9 is my height. 8 is my diameter, which means I don't care about that. I care about my radius, which is going to be half of 8, so that's 4. So in my equation, I'm going to type out 1/3 pi 4 squared, a fun game, times 9. Now I'm going to set a timer for 2 minutes, and I'm going to get a poll ready. And so by 2 minutes come along, I want people to put their answers in the poll. Set a timer for 2 minutes.
Okay. Your timer is set for 2 minutes.
So please type this in your calculator. Do it on Siri. I'm going to mute myself. Okay, the poll is up. Please put your answers in. Okay, before I go over this, I'm going to spam your screen right now, so be prepared to click out of a YouTube video. I think I have a few people not paying attention, so I have to do this and make sure you click out of it. What I'm doing to my student teachers right now is I'm posting my Get Back to Work video so that those people who are paying attention, all they have to do is just click out of it. And those of them who aren't will be awakened miserably. So Arlene's with me, and Alex is with me, and Eileen is with me, and Jaylene is with me, and Mario is with me, and Ronald is with me, and Marlene is with me, and Josh is with me, and Juan is with me, and Leland is not, and Giselle is not, and Eunice is not, and Alyssa is not, and Chris is not, and Daniel is not. Well, that makes me sad. All right. We have 6 and 1. So let's see if we're right or if we're wrong. Do I have you? Okay, we're good. 1/3 times pi times 4 squared times 9.
The answer is approximately 150.796.
And in this case, 796 or 76796. Where is my head? My goodness. Feet, was it? Yep, feet cubed. All right. Alex, get back to your computer. Alyssa, get back to your computer. Chris, same. Leland, same. Ugh. All right. Okay. Now that you're all with me, for those of you who weren't with me, I had to find the radius by cutting the diameter in half. I found the height. I plugged it into that formula, and I got that. All you're doing is plugging stuff in. So now that I have most of your attention, I have the radius and I have the height. which one of these is going to be my radius, and which one of these, tell me which one. Oh, thank you, Alyssa. Apology accepted. Which one of these is the height? Or is neither of them the height? Is the height 6? Is the height 12? Is the height 3? Which one of these three numbers is the height? 3, 6, or 12? Type it in the chat and I'll give you $1 million. 6, 3, or 12? Which one's the height? Ah, good. 12, 12, and 12. Good. Now, I would give you $1 million, but you guys didn't say 12 centimeters, so I can't accept it. I'm sorry. You could have had $1 million, but now I'm not going to give you $1 million because you guys forgot to say centimeters. Too late. You can't even try it. Nope, too late. Too late. It's 12. Some of you might be like, no, it's 3. It's actually 6 because if I were to go top to bottom, that's 3 twice. Last time I checked, when you walk around with ice cream, you don't walk around with ice cream like this in your hand. You walk around like this in your hand. And yes, these are eye drops because I'm wearing contacts and I need them. So now that we know that 12 is our height, and now that we know that 3 is our, that's going to be the radius. God is good. It's already radius. So I'm going to remind you what our formula is. Volume equals 1/3 pi r squared h. I'm going to set a timer for 2 minutes again, and I need more than 7 people giving me an answer on the poll. So here it is. Set a timer for 2.5 minutes.
Okay. Your timer is set for 2 minutes and 30 seconds.
By the way, my lovely student teachers, what I do the reason why I'm going to mute myself is I'm going to make a poll. And in the poll, I'm just too popular. In the poll, I'm going to ask Siri what 1/3 times blah, 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 blah is. And then I'm going to ask what 1/3 times possible wrong answers. So some of them most of them will probably do 1/3 pi 3 squared 12, but I'm going to do like 1/3 pi 12 squared 3. So I'm purposely giving possible wrong answers in the poll that they might guess. If you're wondering why I mute myself and why I'm talking on my phone, that's what I'm doing. All right. Sorry, guys. I'm going to make a poll. They're called distractor rationales. Okay, sweetie, poll is up. You have 30 seconds to put your answer in. I'm adding about 30 more seconds. All right. Okay, so we had most of you guess the same answer. So let's see. Let's plug things in. I have volume equals 1/3 pi, which is pi, r, which is 3. So I've got 3 squared, and h, which is 12. So let's use our calculator instead of Siri this time. 1/3 times pi, parentheses, 3 squared. I want to be consistent. 3 squared, 12. 113.097. Centimeters cubed. Okay. I want you to do this completely on your own. Oh, let's do this. For you guys, let's let that be 13. 13 is going to be the regular height. Okay, 13 is going to be the height. I'm going to give you 3 minutes. I want you guys to do it. I'll remind you what the formula is, but I want you guys to do it start to finish. Set a timer for 3 minutes.
Okay, 3 minutes and counting.
Okay, the poll is up. Try to get your answers in. You have a minute and a half. You are supposed to be taking this equation, plugging in the numbers for the right letters, and either using Siri or your calculators to find out your answer. Then go to the poll and put your answer in a poll. Right now, I have 8 people with answers in, which is good. I'll take it. All right, let's see where we are. We're a little all over the place with this one. All right, well, 13's my height. I'm clicking the wrong thing. 13's my height. 5 is my radius. V equals 1/3 times pi. 1/3 times pi times radius, which is 5, times height, which is 13. And what did I forget to write out? Really? We only have 8 minutes left? Ugh. 1/3 times pi times 5 squared times 13.
The answer is approximately 340.339.
Oh. Meters cubed. Now, this is just a weird cone. You're going to treat it the same way. Let's skip it so we can do one of these guys before time is out. We did one of these on Tuesday. We did one. We're going to do one of these today. So bear with me here. I'm supposed to find the missing side of this ice cream cone, and I seem to be missing R. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to write out my formula. The formula is going to equal 1/3 pi r squared h. Let's label what we know. What we know is volume is that guy, V. I meant to make that blue, but oh well, it's still green. I know that that's my height. So let's plug everything in. So 3.6 equals 1/3 pi r squared 4.2. Now watch this little trick. We didn't do this the other day, but we could do it if we wanted to. And I'm going to do this from here on out because it's probably going to be easier. On the right side, I have a number times a letter squared times a number. I can multiply these three numbers together. So I'm going to multiply those three numbers together. 1/3 times pi times 4.2.
The answer is about 4.3982.
4.3982. So when I multiply these three numbers together, I get that number. I still have r squared, and I still have 3.6. Is r all by itself? No. What's in the way? That number. How do I get rid of that number? Let's divide it out. Let's divide both sides by 4.3982. Divide both sides by 4.3982. And that crosses out. 3.6 divided by 4.3982.
It's about 0.8185.
0.8185 equals r squared. Is r all by itself? No. What's in the way? Squared. How do I get rid of that squared? Square root it. So I'm going to square root both sides. That cancels out. Square root of 0.8185.
The square root of 0.81 is 0.90471.
So 0.9. So we're probably going to, I feel like we as a group are okay with finding the volume. We need to do more of these reversing problems where we do the opposite, where I give you the volume and I find the missing side. That's what we need to do. So, unfortunately, yeah, I don't know. Let's finish by doing this problem. Let's end the day by doing this wrap up because I like it. The volume of a cylinder is 60 cubic units. So this is the cylinder. Remember, the volume of a cone is 1/3 of that. So what is the volume of a cone with the same dimensions? Take 1/3 of 60 and you will get 20. You know what? I probably should have let you guess, but I was so excited that I just did it myself without thinking. Silly me.